Have you ever taken yourself on a date, like an expensive one? Well, I just did. I mean, expensive for me, not expensive for fancy people. But there's no amount of time required to appreciate something correctly. I just hung out with a frog on my outdoor patio. This place is cute. I love it. I've been teaching myself. Oh, there's my mess. Yep, I've only been here an hour. Messy Jessie vibes. Woo! Been teaching myself how to look for wounds. Not because you want to be focused on wounds, but look for wounds and put band-aids on them. Cause even cut it open and clean it out, which I feel like I've done with this topic quite a bit. I'm actually surprised. I thought I'd be more upset about poop head abuser. But my family has been to Door County. A family friend of ours lives on Washington Island in Door County. So I've thought about Door County many times, other than the one time I stayed in a bed and breakfast here with a creepy human being. Young girls younger than me, if somebody is a terrible person but they're also trying to pamper you, cut and run. Run. Because that pampering will mess with your mind, your soul, your heart, everything. And no amount of pampering will replace or alter those icky feelings in your gut. It's not about the fact that you're being abused. I mean, it is. But it isn't, it isn't. That sounds really weird or dismissive of abuse. But what I'm saying is, our bodies and our minds can tolerate a lot of trauma. This is going to get a little dark, so there's your trigger warning. I think it's going to. I guess I don't know. Our bodies and our minds can tolerate a lot of trauma. And if that trauma is something we can't choose, like if it's not optional at all, like you're 6 years old and you're just kind of stuck in an environment, or, something really horrible happened to your town and there's no control or choice other than to get through it and then rebuild, then I think that kind of trauma sometimes leads to a lot of healing and growth and resilience. And even if there's a lot of PTSD around it, it's very, very different than the kind of trauma that I have heard people talk about and that I myself have experienced, where it's a trauma you kind of chose. Like if you're a woman, it's almost always women, but I've heard a few gay men that I know who have had these types of experiences, and maybe it happens to some straight men, but I don't know very many, because I'm not talking about emotional abuse. I'm talking about physical abuse, where there's a true imbalance of physical strength or power. And then when that's combined with emotional manipulation, well, all I'm saying is, the reason I suggest getting out of something that doesn't make you feel right as fast as possible, getting out of it as fast as possible, is because that this doesn't feel right feeling is not going to go away. There's nothing somebody who is a little bit off or a lot bit off can do to make that feeling go away. Feelings, the only thing you could do, if you have a really strong this doesn't feel right feeling, but you don't feel like you're supposed to leave someone, then you could try addressing it with the person. But if me saying that makes you feel squeamy, then I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have listened to me 15 years ago, or whenever this was, 20 years ago. I was very young. I would not have listened. So, I wouldn't be watching me 15 years ago or 20 years ago, because I was in a total different mindset at that time. I was like a classical music nerd mixed with a party girl. It was really weird. So I don't know. Be yourself. but just watch and see if yourself is spinning out, spiraling, or if yourself has any influences that you think your future self, your 5 years from now self, might later regret. And if so, start to look at those. You don't have to do anything drastic unless you don't trust yourself to do something slowly, which that's kind of my own advice to myself sometimes. I don't always trust that I will slowly address something. Sometimes I have to just rip the Band-Aid off, clean the wound, put a new Band-Aid on. And maybe that's like you too. I don't know. Sorry. I'm not trying to be all about being like pretty or something. I'm just kind of trying to enjoy a girls' weekend, and by girls' weekend, I mean girl weekend, just me. And I mean writing retreat, because I'm writing a lot of songs. But really, when I'm writing a lot of songs, I could just write songs at home or at my brother's house where I just was in Minnesota. But the thing is, my surroundings influence what I write, and I purposely chose places that I needed to go in order to heal and feel certain things. So that's what I'm doing. So it's like more like a sabbatical maybe than a writing retreat, this particular one. It's just 2 nights, but still. All right, well, have a lovely night. Oh yeah, I was gonna write one more song. Okay, I'll go do that.